Well, hello there and welcome back to the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel, where today I do have the prediction video for Hull City versus Birmingham City, which will be taking place at the MKM Stadium tomorrow, Sunday at 3 p.m, live on Sky Sports Red Button. So yes, it's the only championship fixture on the Sunday yet again. This time it's because Hull Fair, obviously Hull Fair closing off tonight, but tomorrow is the Hull City game, and that's the only thing we care about. So in this video, I'll be going over the predicted lineup for Hull City, who I think will score, and what the result will be for both sides, and then also a bit of extra information about both sides heading into this clash. So let's start off with Hull City's predicted lineup, well, according to me. So in goal, I'm predicting Nathan Baxter to start again. He's had a fantastic stream of games, although quite a few losses. He has been pulling out some amazing saves. A nice bit of consistency going there for him, especially with him being a low knee. I can see Andy Dawson reusing him again, because obviously we've got Matt Ingram on that contract, and then the goalkeeper situation can be sorted out when a new manager hopefully eventually comes into the club. Moving into defence now, of course I have gone for the 4 at the back, but there's a bit of a tricky situation. So obviously we've got Louis Coyle at right back. It was his birthday today, so happy birthday Louis Coyle. But yeah, Louis Coyle at right back. He has had a very, very shaken time recently. He's been having some wonderful moments and then some dreadful moments. I'm hoping for more wonderful moments and dreadful moments, but you really don't know how it will go with him. Obviously, he is fighting for that spot with Cyrus Christie, although Christie is playing more as a right wing at the moment. There is still that contention there, especially once we've got a fully fit squad, that Christie will be put back into that right back role, especially when there's a new manager into the club. Who knows? So Coyle is really fighting for his spots at the moment. Over on the left back now, we do have an interesting situation. It was reported that Callum Elder is not looking to be match fit for the game against Birmingham tomorrow. So I've gone for a bit of an out there choice. It's not my choice. I'm thinking in the mind of Andy Dawson, thinking, oh my goodness, we do not have a left back, obviously, because Brandon Fleming, he has made an appearance for the under-23s, but doesn't seem to be fit enough to start, especially a senior game like this. I've gone for Tobias Figueiredo at left back. I know that this is a bit of a weird one. Anyone could really go at left back out of the 3 centre backs. I can see it going anyway. So yeah, don't judge too hard on it. Obviously, we could see a winger come up at left back. We could see an entirely different formation to avoid that issue of left back. But I've gone for Tobias Figueiredo. Do not shout at me. It's not my choice. Moving into the centre-back partnership now of Jacob Greaves, who's continuing to have that nice form that we all know he has. And then obviously Alfie Jones, who has been pulling out a few good defensive strengths within the recent few games. Obviously, there was a few mistakes in the Huddersfield game, but I wouldn't really call them defensive mistakes. I'd more call them team mistakes, as it definitely looked like they weren't working as a team. We've seen this time and time again. We see glimpses of teamwork, but then it just gets taken away from us the next game, where we ended up getting thumped yet again in another Yorkshire derby. Moving into the midfield now. We have an interesting batch here, obviously, because Regan Slater is out for this game, picking up another yellow card in the Huddersfield game, so he's unfortunately not being able to be picked up, which I think is a good thing, actually, because Greg Doherty decides to get a start. I'm saying Greg Doherty's going to start here instead of Regan Slater, obviously, but he's been having incredible form coming off the bench in, must be the past month. He's been coming off the bench and really bringing the game up. He's been making incredible moves, and he's been really, at some points, been the best player on the pitch and making a shout to be started. Yeah, he hasn't been, but he should. I'm almost certain that he will start in this game. Obviously, with that Regan Slater, Greg Doherty, it's a sort of like change there. Obviously, we could see Jean-Michel Seri coming in there, but I don't think so. So obviously, we do have Greg Doherty making his first start in some time. Also in the midfield, we do have the one and only Ozan Tufan. Yes, Ozan Tufan will be starting alongside Greg Doherty. He's been doing a number of wonderful things in that sort of CDM holding midfield role that he's not been used to whatsoever. But he's been doing brilliant movements as it, especially in that Wigan game, obviously, picking up that 2-1 win. And he was one of the standout players in that match, certainly putting his name up there, trying to get that form back after the injury. Moving into the attack now, we'll call it that. We do have Dimitrios Pelkas. Now, he has had a bit of a rocky time at Hull so far. I will not deny it. He has had a rocky patch. Obviously, he bagged his first goal in that Wigan game, but then he was also in the defensive error, which led to their goal. So he's on both sides of the coin. He's a player which I'd attribute, the same thing which I've attributed to Louis Coyle, is that you don't know which way he's going to play. He could play fantastically, best player on the pitch. He will make sure that we win the game. Or, on the flip side of it, he will be the worst player on the pitch. He will cost us goals, cost us wins, cost us results. I'm hoping that we get the former, as obviously he is a fantastic player. He's on loan for a season. There's so much riding on him. He's such a fantastic player. He comes to the club with people saying, like, you're so lucky you're picking one of Fenerbahce's best players up. You're so lucky. And although in that Wigan game, yes, he was fantastic after he fixed himself towards the back end of the first half into the second half, he's not been really performing as needed. Although in the Huddersfield game, he was making some excellent moves on the wrong side of the result for him. But it's really a rocky patch for him. I'm hoping that he irons out them creases and pushes in to a scoring fever. Moving into a bit further of the attack now, we do have Dukan Sinek. Obviously, he was benched in the Huddersfield game with Ryan Longman starting. What a poor choice! Ryan Longman had a shocker, missing pretty much an open goal. He was getting booed off when he got subbed off. A few fans chanting, "You're not fit to wear that shirt," which I think is too far. I understand booing a player off after having a shocking performance like that. Probably one of the worst solo performances I've seen in a Hull City shirt for some time, and that's saying something. We've had some shocking results in the past few seasons, but my, that was a shocker of a performance. So I don't see him starting in the side. Andy Dawson, if he puts him in the side, there is definitely questions to be asked. So Dukan Sinek does make another start for the club, hopefully improving on that successful start that he's had so far. Over on the other side of the pitch, we do have the one, the only, Cyrus Christie. Yes, he has had quite an impressive start after getting into the starting lineup against Wigan Athletic, nearly bagging a goal in that game. He almost bagged a goal in the game against Huddersfield. So he's been really pushing up into that attacking area, doing some nice moves. But then also something which we didn't see Said Manesh doing too well when he started in this position, but then improving. But Cyrus Christie's been doing this well, is the tracking backness and also defending. Yes, Cyrus Christie isn't the most fittest. I think that he does get worn out within the first... By the time you hit 60 minutes, he's probably worn out. So he's definitely not a player that I'd keep on the pitch, which has been happening. But he's been doing a fantastic job, especially in that right wing, tracking back to cover over Louis Coyle. And that partnership on that right-hand side has been something, I wouldn't quite say magical, I'd more say fairy liquid, if you want to call it that. But yeah, moving on to the last man in the squad, the Championship's leading goal scorer, still Oscar Estepinian. Yes, he's not bagged a goal since the Wigan game. He's still Championship leading goal scorer somehow. But yeah, Oscar Estepinian up top, no questions asked about that one. Let's move into a bit of information about both sides. So we're sitting below Birmingham in the table. They are sitting in 18th. We're in 21st, just outside of relegation. So a win would be massive for us. Obviously, we are looking for 3 points. We're at home against a team which have had a shocking past against us. Like, I think it must be about 7 or 8 games at the MKM Stadium where Birmingham have been on, where they haven't come away with a win. So it's incredible form we've got against them, especially at the MKM. I think it must be 2017 last time Birmingham actually pulled out a win against us. So we beat them 2-0 at the MKM Stadium last season. We drew 0-0 away at Birmingham last season as well. So who knows which way this game could go. But let's move on to my prediction. So in this game, I do think it will be a tight contest. Obviously, Birmingham, they're not having the best of defensive starts at the moment. Obviously, leaking in quite a few goals. Not as many goals as we are leaking in, though. But I do think it is going to be a Hull City win, obviously. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Hull City. Obviously, no clean sheets. We can't grab a clean sheet anywhere. So, yeah. 2-1 win. I do think that Dimitrios Pelkas will open up the scoring with a nice goal. And then I do think Hogan will reply with another one for Birmingham, as he's been on form at the moment at Birmingham, grabbing, I think, 5 goals so far this season, which is nothing too shabby. And then I do think that Oscar Stepinian will increase his goal scoring tally and make it a 2-1 win. Nice. And we will be heading through into Monday with hopefully 3 points and maybe a new manager. Who knows? It doesn't look likely we're going to get a manager. I think we'll probably be sticking with Andy Dawson for the next 7 years at this point. But we'll wait and see. There is a lot of managers in contention. Just waiting for a Jun to pick that magic one. So that's it for this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe and comment down below your prediction for the game and any bits of extra information or prediction lineups that you agree or disagree with. So let me know down below. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss the vlog out tomorrow after the game. So stay tuned for that. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Goodbye.